It's time for Hamilton Southeastern basketball on Audio Sports Online. Tonight, the season opener as the Royals travel to Muncie to take on the Muncie Central Bearcats. I'm Brian Scott. I am so psyched to be back with you once again for Royals basketball on Audio Sports Online as the Royals set to embark on what could be a very, very good year for Hamilton Southeastern. But tonight, before we get to varsity action, we are going to get to JV game underway as the Royals will be wearing the blue uniforms as they normally are on the road, and you will see the Bearcats in the white numerals or the white jerseys with the purple numbers on the trim. Also, let's give you quickly the starting lineup before I tell you who I am, because we are running just a tad early tonight. For the Bearcats, they'll start three guards: Demarius Peggs, Turk Walker, Nick Phillips. The forwards will be Victor Young and Lamar Atkins, and the guards for Dave Merica's JV team for Hamilton Southeastern will be Nick Bowman, Matt Harris, DeLend Hooks. The forward is Nate Schakowsky, and the player that everybody is anxious to see his first action tonight, the big 7'1" center Majak, will start in the JV contest. As we are about ready to tip it off, I am Brian Scott, and once again, so glad to join you once again for Southeastern basketball on ASO. Majak easily controls the tip, and the Royals will have the basketball to begin this JV contest as we start the season on the road, and the Royals will watch the Bearcats go out in a man-to-man defense. They'll bring Majak in the middle as the big 7'1" center from Sudan. We'll talk more about him as we get ready for the varsity game in our pregame show, but he will start the season with the JV squad, and he'll get the start tonight. Dribbling with the basketball, DeLand Hooks. He kicks it out. 3-ball on the way. That ball shot is no good, but a whistle and a foul as Matt Harris got the shot up. Turk Walker will pick up the first foul, team first, and Harris is going to go to the line to shoot three. First free throw is up. It is good, and the Royals strike first tonight. We are rather high up, and we will have to see if we can see these fouls. We are blocked by the flags from the scoreboard, so we can see the score, but we can't see who the foul is, so we will try our best to listen tonight, see if we can pick it up. And Harris fouled on that three-point attempt, and he will get 2 out of 3, and the Royals take a 2-0 lead against the Bearcats of Muncie Central. Dribbling with the basketball, this is Peggs. He's cut off, and he's now looking for somebody to give it to. He'll find that in Lamar Atkins. Shot up, no good. Rebound controlled by Hamilton Southeastern, and it will be Schetkowski. He'll hand the ball off. Bowman's shot is partially blocked, and now the Bearcats will come the other way. 2-0 Hamilton Southeastern, just underway. Driving through the lane is Demarius Peggs. He's going to be called for steps, and the turnover will give the ball back to Southeastern, leading 2-0 as we have played just over a minute and a second here, or a minute and 1 second in this first quarter of play. First basketball game for the broadcaster as well. After a long football season, time to switch gears. But glad to be back again with you with Southeastern basketball as the Royals, with a 2-0 lead, they look to feed Majak. They'll get it down to the big 7'1". He'll make a drive to the basket. It'll be blocked from behind, but they're going to call a whistle and a foul. I believe it's going to go against Lamar Atkins. Actually, they'll give it against number 40, Victor Young, and we're going to see Majak at the line shooting a pair. So we'll see how the big 7'1" center from Sudan and puts a good touch on that free throw and hits nothing but the bottom of the net, and he has his first points as a Bearcat in this JV contest. So far, all the points in this contest scored from the free throw line. They belong to Hamilton Southeastern. Majak splits the free throws, and the Royals lead by the score of 4-0. Dribbling with the basketball, this is Young. He'll kick it out. 3-point from the wing is up. It's good. That's good by Turk Walker. Turk Walker with the 3-point basket, and that cuts the deficit to 1 ties it, 3-3. Royals with all 3 of their points from the free throw line. That first hit basket from the field. Cut off at the free throw line was Bowman. He'll get it out into the hands of Matt Harris, who will dribble between the circles. 4:40-58 left to go in this first quarter. 3 ball from the wing, no good. And the rebound's controlled by the Bearcats. Quickly bringing it up is Peggs. He'll slip it left side of the lane, and laying it up and in is Lamar Atkins. And the Bearcats have their first lead at 5-3 with 4:41 left to go in this first quarter. Both teams staying in a man-to-man defense as the Royals slip it over to the left side. This is DeLynn Hooks. Hooks working one-on-one, gives it up top. Bowman, top of the key. Dribbles, now hands it back to Schakowsky. Schakowsky just loses it, but gathers it back. He'll hand it off to DeLynn Hooks. 4:15 left to go first quarter. Bearcats with a 5-3 lead over Hamilton Southeastern. Royals looking for their first bucket from the field. Driving is Bowman, and now we'll have a whistle, and a foul is going to be called against Victor Young. That is his second. Team foul number 3 called against the Bearcats, and they will throw it into the backcourt where Matt Harris will bring it back across the timeline, and the Royals will set up their offense once again. They trail 5-3. We're under 4 minutes left to go. Top the key. 3 is good. And that is Nick Bowman scoring from deep. And the Royals back out in front 6-5 with 3:50 left to go in this first quarter. Up top, this is Turkey Walker. Now they will skip past, but now a whistle. And the first Southeastern foul is getting the ball was Victor Young trying to skip it over the top. DeLynn Hooks will have his first personal, team first for Southeastern, and it'll be side out for the Bearcats, as triggering the inbounds will be Nick Phillips. 6-5, Royals with the lead. Bearcats with the basketball as they'll throw it back, and able to retrieve it was Demarius Peggs. Peggs, one-on-one, gets by, tries to leave it in the lane. Quickly knocked away by Majak, but getting the rebound was Peggs. He'll put it back up, shot no good, and Schakowsky can't hold in the rebound. And the ball will belong to the Bearcats. Long arms on Majak, getting it into the passing lane. Peggs was able to get the basketball, but he couldn't get the bucket. Young is cut off, and now they'll swing it around. 3 ball, long 3 on the way. It's no good by Walker, and here come the Royals the other way. With the basketball is Bowman, drives, lays up off the glass with the bucket and 1. Bowman with 5 points, and he will see if he can convert the 3-point play. And they will call it on Demarius Peaks, his first. And it will be the 14th foul against the Bearcats as we get some substitutions. We'll tell you that Chris Katowski is now in. Meanwhile, Bowman, he's able to convert the 3-point play. He has 6 points, and the Royals' lead is 8-5. Quickly up into the front court, lays it up and lays it in with the bucket for the Bearcats is Seth Rawlings, who just entered the contest. And the deficit's been cut to 2 after that basket. Royals leading 9-7, 2:53 left in the quarter. Here's Majak, low blocks, kicks it out. Bowman, they'll swing it around to the corner, and as making the move was Katowski, he's going to be bodied up, and Seth Rawlings is going to be called for the personal foul, and that'll be the 15th foul against the Bearcats. Leaving for the Bearcats will be Peggs, and he'll be replaced on the court by Chase Klein. This is Majak, and he will slip it out to Katowski. Katowski over to Bowman. Bowman looking inside. He finds Majak, and Majak will flush it with 2 hands. Mabor Majak with his first bucket from the field. And the Royals lead 11-7 with 2:29 left to go in this first quarter of play. Bearcats with the basketball, and dribbling it off his foot was Seth Rawlings, and the turnover will give the ball right back to Hamilton Southeastern, up by 4 with 2:23 left to go in the quarter. Inboundings is Coral Hornbuckle, and he will give it to Nick Bowman, and Bowman will bring it into the front court, and he will pull up, and the little 8-foot jumper is up and good, and Bowman with 8 points, 8 of the 13 for Hamilton Southeastern. They lead 13-7 as we approach 2 minutes left to go first quarter. As the pass was trying to lob it over, the Southeastern player was Victor Young, and unable to grab a hold of it was Arnold Gladstone, and we are going to have a timeout on the court, a 30-second timeout called by head coach Blair Broussard of the Muncie Central Bearcats. Our score with 1:59 left to go in the first quarter. Southeastern leading the Bearcats 13-7. You're watching Southeastern basketball on Audio Sports Online. The season opener here at Muncie Central. We are so glad you have joined us tonight. And remember, you can catch quite a bit of action this season on Audio Sports Online. We will have just about, not quite all, but most of the Southeastern basketball games this season on Audio Sports Online, both JV and varsity. A couple of exceptions as we get into December, and of course the big Mudsock battle that will take place down in Indianapolis at the State Fairgrounds. Won't be any JV game for that. As the Royals will inbound, they'll get some pressure, and bringing it up the court will be Bradley Beeman as he is guarded by Chase Klein. Both teams have stayed in a man-to-man defense this entire first quarter with 1:48 left to go. Royals up 13-7. Here's Beeman, long three on the way, off the back iron, no good. Majak gets the rebound, he sends it back out, and the Royals will set up the offense once again. They'll get Majak in the low post. He'll lean in. A little runner with left hand is up and good. Majak is a natural left-hander, and he's going to give some. Now here's a steal. Bowman gets it, tries to flush it, and can't quite get it. Bowman looking for the flush. Now another steal. This is Beeman, and he will just lay it up and in. So the Royals get two steals. They couldn't get the flush on the one, but they do get the points. They now lead by 10, and now another turnover. Driving, leaving it off to Katowski, as he will now give the ball back to Cole Hornbuckle. Three ball on the way, no good. Ball bounced around. Katowski with the rebound and the book back, and now the lead is 19-7, a 12-point lead for Southeastern as the Royals ramp up the defense, and the Bearcats having a little problem with turnovers. Beeman's going to be called for the foul. It's his first, team foul number 2. With 45 seconds left to go here in this first quarter, Royals lead by 12 as the Bearcats will finally get it over the timeline, and the ball stolen again. This time Bowman will take it up, and he will lay it up, and this time miss it, but following up is Katowski. His putback's no good. The Bearcats come with a rebound, and Bowman tried to reach in one too many times. This time he grabs the arm, and he'll be called for the foul. 13 foul called against Hamilton Southeastern in this first quarter of play that has 28 seconds remaining, and the Royals with a 19-7 lead. Bearcats get it into the front court as dribbling with the basketball, Arnold Gladstone, and we're going to have another foul as the Royals had done a good job staying away from the fouls. It'll be Cole Hornbuckle called for his first personal foul, fourth team foul. Bearcats get it in, and trying to make a little ball fake is Lamar Atkins, and he shuffles his feet before he puts the ball on the court. He's going to be called for traveling. Another Bearcat turnover, and the Royals will have the basketball up by 12 with 17 seconds remaining in this first quarter of play. Bowman slowly bringing it across the timeline with 10 seconds. Royals move it around into the hands of Beeman. Beeman up top, gets it to Hornbuckle, and now we're going to have a palming violation called against Hamilton Southeastern, and the turnover with 3 seconds remaining in this first quarter will give the ball back to the Bearcats, but they trail by 12, 19-7. And they will inbound right in front of the Bearcat bench. Looking, they get it in, tipped, ball shot up, off, and no good at the buzzer was the shot by Arnold Gladstone, and that's the end of the first quarter of play. Hamilton Southeastern, the JV squad, with a good first quarter. After 7 minutes, they lead the Bearcats of Muncie Central 19-7. This is Hamilton Southeastern Royal basketball on Audio Sports Online. Don't forget, catch us all season long and catch replays at audiosportsonline.net. We are at Bill Harrell Court at Muncie Central High School as the season opener for the Hamilton Southeastern Royals and the Muncie Central Bearcats. I'm Brian Scott, so glad to be back with you guys once again for Southeastern basketball and Audio Sports Online. Royals with a good first quarter here in the JV game, 19-7, led by Nick Bowman's 8 points. The big man, Mabor Majak, 5 points for the Royals, and a bucket each from Bradley Beeman, Chris Kotowski, and Matt Harris. Meanwhile, the Bearcats, Turkey Walker, he has a three-point basket, and the baskets were very hard to come by for the Bearcats, mainly due to turnovers. But they'll have the basketball to begin the second quarter, almost stolen away again, driving in the lane, throwing it back out, and getting the basketball. Jalen Brown will try to set up the players that begin the second quarter. We can tell you that on the court, DeLynn Hooks, as driving through the lane, then throwing it back out to the top was Demarius Peggs. And he will get the ball into the hand of Turkey Walker. Walker drives right side of the lane, and he's going to get a whistle, and a foul is going to be called against Hamilton Southeastern. And Chris Grubbs will be the player called for the foul, the freshman in. And here's a steal on the inbounds, and Grubbs will finally get it after getting the initial steal was Hooks, but the Bearcats get a steal of their own, and laying it up and in was Demarius Peggs. And that cuts it to a 10-point deficit for the Bearcats. 19-9, just underway second quarter. Bradley Beeman has the ball. He'll send it right side. This is Cole Hornbuckle. Hornbuckle left to Bradley Beeman. Beeman looks for Grubbs at the free throw line. Grubbs was going to try and set a pick, didn't realize he was going to get entry pass, and he loses the basketball into the hands of the Bearcats. Still fighting for the basketball was Grubbs, also Hornbuckle there, but they're going to reach in and get Chris Grubbs with the personal foul. That's going to be his second. And the Bearcats will get it into the front court. 16 fouls now against Southeastern. Driving, one-handed runner is off the glass, no good. That was by Jalen Brown. Here's a three from the wing. That's no good. And the Royals cannot corral the rebound, as going after the basketball was DeLynn Hooks. But it goes out of bounds, and the ball will belong back to Muncie Central. Trailing by 10, they can make it a single-digit deficit. As dribbling with the basketball is Turkey Walker. He'll send it left side. This is Peggs, little runner in the lane. That's too strong. Grubbs comes away with a rebound, and as he comes down, he's going to be fouled. And the foul looks like it's going to go against Seth Rawlings. Will be called for the personal. That's his second. Team 6, so the Royals will be shooting free throws the remainder of this first half. Ball on the right side. They'll feed. This is Hornbuckle, and as he makes a move, a blocking foul is going to be called against the Bearcats. Nick Phillips is called for the personal. That's the 17th foul, and that's going to send to the line Cole Hornbuckle for the 1-and-1. Royals lead 19-9. That's the score. There was their score at the end of the first quarter of play. And Hornbuckle gets the first, and he will get the bonus. Hornbuckle's first points of the contest comes from the free throw line. Second free throw is up, and he nails the bonus. And now he will take a seat, and coming into the lineup for Coach Dave Marica's JV squad, Matt Harris, who started the game. Royals showing some pressure, but now they will back off as the Bearcats will bring it into the front court. Royals do show some pressure, especially out away from the line, and Bearcats will move it around. Again, 4:45 left to go in this first half. 21-9. Here's a steal going the other way. Laying it up and laying it in is DeLend Hooks. Hooks gets his first points of the game, and the lead is 23-9 in favor of Hamilton Southeastern with 4:28 left to go in this first half of play. Bearcats will move it around, send it up between the circles, and now right wing. 3-ball on the way is up and good. That is Turkey Walker. He hit a 3 in the first half. He hits a 3 here in the first quarter, I should say. He hits a 3 here in the second quarter. He has 6 points, and it's a 11-point Southeastern lead with 4 minutes and 2 seconds remaining in this first half. Royals moving it around as they watch this zone. Now here's a steal. Going the other way and laying it up and laying it in is Demarius Peggs. Demarius Peggs hits the bucket. He has 4 points, and we're going to have a quick timeout called by Dave Marica, the Hamilton Southeastern head coach, as he watched the Royals not quite handle that shift to the 2-3 zone that the Bearcats presented them down that last trip. And that led to the turnover and the easy bucket by Peggs. And it's still a 9-point advantage for Hamilton Southeastern with 3:51 left to go in this first quarter. Or first half, I should say. We have the JV game for the broadcasters as well on this opening night. But we are so glad you've joined us for Southeastern basketball once again on Audio Sports Online. It should be a very exciting season as the Royals will bring it up. Matt Harris dribbles it and sends it into the front court. He goes right side. This is Beeman. They'll move it back around. Here's Harris once again as they look at that 2-3 zone. Had a brief look there at the baseline, but they swing it back around as the Royals work the perimeter with 3:28 left to go in the first half. Swinging around back in the hands of Harris. Grubbs works the baseline, and work in the middle is Brandon Miller. Beeman over to Harris. Harris left side. He gets it into the hands of Hooks. Hooks pull-up jumper is up. That's no good, and the rebound is by Victor Young. And here come the Bearcats the other way. Young will go coast to coast, lay it up. Too strong, no good, but the putback is up and good. And the basket by Lamar Atkins. And a whistle on a kick ball, and will stay with Southeastern as entering the contest is Chris Katowski. He will come in for DeLend Hooks, who leaves with a bucket. Here's a long 3 by Beeman, and Beeman nails it from the left wing. He now has 5 points, and the lead's back to double digits at 10, 26-16 with 2:41 left to go in the first half. Peggs trying to make a move, and he's going to be held out beyond the arc, and the whistle and the foul will go against Southeastern. Bradley Beeman will be hit with his second personal. It's the 17th foul, so now both teams at the free throw line for the rest of this first half. As leaving the lineup for Coach Marica is Miller, and re-entering the lineup is Katowski. Meanwhile, Peggs is 1 for 1 from the line. First free throw, and the 1-and-1 is good. He'll get the bonus. He now has 4 points. And it's back to a single-digit deficit, 26-17, with 2:34 left to go in the first half. Crowd slowly beginning to build here as the second free throw, he gets the bonus. He now has 5 points. It's a 26-18 Royals advantage with 2:30 left to go here in the first half. This is Beeman with the basketball, again staring down that 2-3 zone. They'll get it to the hands of Harris. Up top, this is Hornbuckle, back to Harris. 3 ball from the wing is up and good by Matt Harris. Matt Harris's first bucket from the field. He now has 5 points. The Bearcats come right back. 3-ball, no good. The rebound comes into hands of Southeastern. Driving through the lane, too strong off the glass was Hornbuckle. Bearcats get the rebound. They go the other way. They'll lay it up and trying to make the pass and throwing it too short into the hands of Southeastern. Here's Grubbs, lays it up, gets the foul as he can't get the bucket, but he will earn a trip to the free throw line as both teams back and forth. Bearcats trying to lay it into his teammate under the bucket, was more expecting that ball to go up on the glass, and it didn't happen. And the ball went back to Southeastern, and Grubbs can't quite finish it off, but he's going to earn a trip to the line where he will be in the 1-on-1. Or he will have 2 shots, I should say. Beeman will depart, and entering the lineup is Cam Harris, a sophomore. Did not get who the foul was called on, so we'll just have to try to keep our eyes on that as Grubbs manages to hit both free throws. He has 2 points. And the lead's 31-18 for Hamilton Southeastern with 1:47 left to go first half. Pigs up top working against Grubbs between the circles. Now it's looking to maybe have a pick set up. He'll set the ball off into the hands of Atkins. Atkins gives it to Walker. Walker drives the lane, and they will give him the bucket, and he'll go to the line with the and one. Cole Hornbuckle will be hit with his second personal, so Walker gets the bucket, and now he's got a chance to make it a 3-point play. He's got 2 threes tonight from long range, and this time he misses the conventional 3 with a free throw. Southeastern quickly into the front court as they lob it, but the Bearcats able to get back and set up the defense with 1:20 left, and the Royals up by 11, 31-20. Hornbuckle drives the lane, sends it left side, 3-ball on the way. It's up, it's good. Cam Harris gets his first bucket. It's from long range, and the lead's up to 14 for Southeastern. The Southeastern hitting some threes here in this first half, especially this second quarter. Arnold can't get anywhere against Harris, and they'll send the ball back into the hands now of Nick Phillips. Phillips sends it left side to Walker. Walker up top to Pigs. 45 seconds remain in this first half. Young has the basketball, does a little dribbling, shot no good. Hornbuckle with the rebound. Southeastern quickly into the front court, and they will slow it down and go for the final shot as Coach Merica is able to get his team to show a little patience here with 22 seconds left to go in the first half. And they lead by 14. Dribbling the basketball. Harris hands the ball off to Miller. Miller, they swing it around to right side. That's Cam Harris. We've got Cam Harris and Matt Harris. This is Matt Harris. Drives in the lane. No shot. They will say the foul occurred before the shot, but that's going to send Matt Harris to the line. Turkey Walker will be called for his second 19th foul, and they'll call this a 1-and-1 as Matt Harris is at the line where he is 2 of 3 from the free throw line in this contest. 4 seconds remain in the first half, and the shot's no good. Rebound by the Bearcats. 1 second. The shot is no good. Had it gone as they wave it off, and that's the end of the first half. Our score at the half here in the junior varsity contest, the Hamilton Southeastern Royals lead the Muncie Bearcats by the score of 34-20. I'm Brian Scott. Keep it here on I knew I was going to do that before the game was over. Keep it tuned here to Audio Sports Online during the half, and then we'll get you ready for second half action from Bell Harrell Court at Muncie Central. Welcome back to the Muncie Fieldhouse, Bill Harrell Court at Muncie Central High School, where the Hamilton Southeastern Royals and the Muncie Bearcats will be tipping off their seasons tonight. We are in the junior varsity game, the game that right now Hamilton Southeastern leads by the score of 34-20. I'm Brian Scott. So glad to be back with you once again for Southeastern basketball on Audio Sports Online. A good start for Dave America's JV squad. They scored 19 points in the first quarter, 15 points in the second quarter, and they lead by 14, 34-20. Nick Bowman, he leads the Royals in scoring with 8 points. All of that in that first quarter of play, but a whole lot of Royals getting in on the act here tonight as Bradley Beeman and Matt Harris both have 5 points, as does the 7'1" freshman Mabor Majak, and he scored all of those points in that first quarter. He did not see any action in the second quarter. 2 points each from Chris Katowski, Cole Hornbuckle, Delenn Hooks. Cam Harris has 3. The Royals did a fantastic job from the line. They were 8 of 10 from the free throw line in that first half, and they hit 4 times from beyond the arc. For the Bearcats of Muncie Central, Blaine Broussard's crew having some problems finding the bucket and, more importantly, having some problems holding onto the basketball. A lot of turnovers in that first half. They were led by Demarius Pigs, who had 6 points, all of them in the second quarter. Actually, Turkey Walker, he led the Bearcats with 8 points as he's hit from long range twice in this first half. 4 points from Lamar Atkinson, 2 points from Seth Rawlings. The Bearcats only went to the line 3 times. They were 2 of 3 from the line, and they hit from downtown on 2 occasions. So both teams are back out onto the floor as we are getting our first look at the Royals this season, and we'll be talking a little bit more about that at the beginning of the varsity game as we get ready for the varsity game with the pregame show. Of course, a lot of attention on the big 7'1" freshman Mabor Majak. And at 7'1", they say he still has some room to grow. But, of course, one of the big things that Coach Brian Satterfield has talked about the young man is does need to put some weight on, does need to work on his strength. And while 7'1", as the head blogger for HSC Royals Athletics, Mark Mayo, had said, you can't coach 7'1", and indeed you can't, but he's going to have to put on a little bit of weight, try to get a little bit stronger in the low blocks. But he has shown already a pretty good touch. He is a left-hander. That is usually a little different for most defenders to have to worry about. He's coming across with the offhand for a lot of them, and he already showed a nice little touch down low, and, of course, a very, very long wingspan. He's got a flush, he has a rebound, and he has a nice little running hook shot, and he showed all of it there in that first quarter, and he's also 1 of 2 from the free throw line. So we're getting ready to get second quarter or second half action underway on a night in Muncie, the beginning of the high school basketball season. Many teams are in action tonight, and many more will be in action tomorrow night before we hit the Thanksgiving Day holiday. And we want to, again, wish each and every one of you a very happy Thanksgiving as we get ready for the Thanksgiving holiday. But so glad to be back with Southeastern basketball once again on Audio Sports Online. And don't forget, you can catch a replay of any of our games throughout the season at audiosportsonline.net. You want to give me a shout if you'd like a question, got a question you need to answer, send me an email, brian@audiosportsonline.net. That's all you got to do. And you can also follow me on Twitter at BScott, BSCOTTSSPOT. That is my Twitter handle. We're ready for second half action, and it looks like the starting 5 for Coach Dave America will begin the second half. It'll be Nick Bowman, Matt Harris, Delenn Hooks, Nate Shikowski, and Mabor Majak. As the Royals in the away royal blue, as actually this is Chris Grubbs into the game, and as they try to make the entry pass to Majak, we have a whistle and a foul called against. It will be against Lamar Atkins, his second. And the first team foul against the Bearcats. They'll lob it into Majok, and that's going to be one of his assets. Driving the lane and taking a strong to the cup was DeLynn Hooks. And the second team foul is at less than 20 seconds into. It's going to go against Victor Young, his third, team second, and Hooks to the line to shoot two. DeLynn with 2 points in that first half. He rolls it over the front of the rim to get his first free throw up and in, and he'll have one more. Second free throw is up. That one's short, and the rebound is controlled by Atkins, and the Bearcats will get into the front court. Driving, having it stripped was Peggs. Coming the other way are the Royals. They'll leave it left side. Grubbs has his shot blocked, then he has it stolen. This is Peggs. He had the block, he got the steal, and the Bearcats have the basketball. So they go turnovers at both ends of the court. It gives the ball back into the hands of the Bearcats. They trail 35-20. This is Peggs. His three is off, no good. Rebounded by Atkins. His shot no good. Peggs gets the rebound, sends it out. Just inside of the three-point arc, shot no good by Phillips. But Jock with a long outlet pass off the rebound, and that's going to be goal. Well, let's see. Is it going to be a foul or a goaltend? As Hooks drove the lane. Turkey Walker with his team third. They will say no goaltending, but they are going to send Hooks to the line for two more free throws. He's now 2 of 3 from the line, and he has one more on the way. Defense ratcheting up just a little bit here in this third quarter. Royals have scored the only points here in the second half. They've done it all from the free throw line, and they've done it all off the hand of DeLynn Hooks, who is now 3 for 4 from the line. He now has 5 points, and the Southeastern advantage is 17, 37-20 with 5:50 left to go third quarter. Bearcats looking for their first points of the second half. And they will send it now. Ball is stolen. Here's Hooks, sends it over. Driving, this is Harris. He'll leave it for Majok, and Majok will lay it up and in. Mabor Majok has 7, and the lead's up to 19 with 5:28, and now a whistle away as the pass was sent around, and it looks like this one might go against Nick Bowman. That's his second team first in the second half, and it'll be the Bearcats inbounding from the baseline. Looking, now he'll send it out and into the hands of Peggs. Dangerous pass. Bowman gets on him. Now Peggs, a little stutter step with a dribble, and shot's no good. Grubbs comes away with a rebound, but they'll say he took a few steps before he put the ball on the court, and the turnover will give the ball back to the Bearcats. They trail by 19 with 5:20 left to go in the third quarter. I'm Brian Scott. Thanks for joining me tonight for Southeastern basketball on Audio Sports Online. As once again, Bearcats looking to get the ball inbounds. They do to Atkins. Atkins sends it up top. This is Victor Young, a 3 from the top of the key. And Young has his first bucket of the night, his first points. And it's a 39-23 Southeastern advantage with 5:05 left to go in the third quarter. This is Matt Harris, sends it left side. Bowman's 3 from the left wing. That's no good. In and out. And the rebound is corralled by the Bearcats, and they will bring it into the front court. They send it left side. This is Phillips. Phillips works, pulls up, 3 on the way. It's good. Nick Phillips hits a 3 and 2 quick three-point baskets, and it's a 39-26 Southeastern advantage with 4:37 left to go in the third quarter. Driving, spinning, in the lane, right hand as he kind of lost the ball going up, but it'll also say he was fouled on the play, but it was Nick Bowman. Victor Young will be hit with his 4th personal, and it's the 4th team foul, and that's going to send Nick Bowman to the line where he is perfect on the night, 1 for 1. He has 8 points, and he misses the first, just as I say that. Now Young will have to depart as a host of substitutions by Bearcats coach Blair Broussard. As into the lineup now, Jalen Brown, also Seth Rawlings, and Chase Klein come in. Meanwhile, Bowman splits the free throws. He has 9 points. And entering the lineup for Dave Merrick will be Cole Hornbuckle. He will come in and replace, it's like Matt Harris. Pressure by the Royals. The Bearcats are going to get hit with a traveling violation as Pigs was trying to make a move. He was sandwiched between a pair of Royals, and they'll call him for steps, and the turnover gives the ball back to Southeastern, up by 14. This is Cole Hornbuckle. He has 2 points, and he gets the hands into DeLind Hooks. Down low, this is Majak, and he'll leave it too short. Put back no good, but those long, long arms. He gets his own rebound and finally gets it back in. Majak with 9 points, 42-26. Here's a steal. Bowman stutter steps, goes up, puts it in, and one. Bowman with the bucket and the one. Demarius Peegs with his second personal foul, 15th foul, and as I mentioned, Bowman at the line with the and one. He currently has 11 points. He can make it 12, which he does with the free throw. And it's a 19-point advantage once again. Here's another steal. Bowman puts it up and in as the Bearcats have their pockets picked. And the lead is up to 21. And here's almost unable to handle it was Peegs. And now he will have it stolen by Mabor Majak. And the big man just simply really couldn't get the dribble down. Bearcats send it the other way, and going up with it was Chase Klein. Majak wanted to take that himself and simply couldn't really bring it to have a good control of the basketball. Meanwhile, Klein at the free throw line. First free throw rolls around and drops. That's his first point. Hornbuckle was hit with his third personal. He'll leave, and Chris Katowski re-enters the lineup for Coach Dave Marica. Meanwhile, Klein, his second free throw is good. He gets them both. He has 2 points. It's a 47-28 Southeastern lead, and Pigs going after the steal on the inbound. Can't quite get it. Southeastern still retains the basketball as Bowman will inbound from the baseline. Can't run the baseline. He's got to get rid of it. Now a timeout called by Coach Dave Marica. I don't think Bowman's teammates realized that after that play he could no longer run the baseline, and they didn't come to the basketball. And that forced Coach Dave Marica to call the timeout with 3:38 left to go in this third quarter. All Hamilton Southeastern. They lead 47-28. This is Hamilton Southeastern basketball on Audio Sports Online. I'm Brian Scott. This is the JV game, the varsity game to follow, as Royal fans getting their first look at the 7'1" freshman Mabor Majak. But this is going to be a very, very deep Hamilton Southeastern team, and we're already seeing some good play here in the junior varsity game. Players like Nick Bowman, you definitely see he's got some talent that if needed on the varsity level, the junior could really play well. They will have Katowski inbound the basketball, and he'll get it into Bowman's hands. Bowman guarded by Pigs. And now a push-off is going to be called against Bowman. As he came down, he kind of gave a push-off, a little chicken wing on that, and he's called for his third personal foul, and the turnover gives the ball back to the Bearcats. They trail 47-28, 3:25 left to go third quarter. Looking for somewhere to go with the basketball. They wrap it around. They get it into the hands of Rawlings. Rawlings sends it back, and they will set up the offense once again with Pigs with the basketball. Left side to Brown. Brown hands the ball off. This is Klein in the lane, and he gets the bucket. Chase Klein with 4 points as we hit the 3-minute mark, and the Royals have a 17-point advantage. Majak, who played all of the first quarter, and he's got about a 6-inch size advantage on the man guarding him as they look to post him up. Trying to body him out is Seth Rawlings, but they do a good job, and they manage to get the turnover as the Royals tried to force it inside. Moving with the ball is Brown. He'll give it up to Pigs. Pigs looking to go somewhere, but he gets the screen and now gets the ball back as he's guarded by Chris Katowski. 2:20 left to play third quarter. Royals lead 47-30. Pigs now, he's going to be called for an offensive foul, or they will call him for the offensive foul. That's Pigs' third foul. They'll call the player control foul, and bringing it up the court for the Royals will be Bradley Beeman now into the game. Beeman with 5 points. He's had one from beyond the arc and one inside the arc. As the Royals, with 2 minutes left to go in the quarter, here's a drive off the baseline, and up and in is Nick Bowman. Bowman now with 16 points, and it's a 19-point Royals advantage. Here's the ball overplayed, but Majak tried to get back, just tried to reach over the head of Rawlings, but Rawlings managed to get it up and in. Quickly the other way, Beeman off the glass and lays it up and in. Bradley Beeman now with 7 points as the teams trade buckets, and the Bearcats will bring it up into the front court, trailing 51-32. Klein leaves it right side to Pigs. Pigs tries to go baseline. He's cut off. Now he has to throw it out, and he throws it away. Here comes Bowman. He brings it into the front court, leaves it off, and getting the bucket and the harm is Cole Hornbuckle. As Hornbuckle gets the bucket off the feed from Bowman, and he'll go to the line. Klein called for the personal. That's his first, and Hornbuckle at the line. He's 2 of 2 from the free throw line tonight. He has 4 points, and make it 5 as he converts. Into the lineup for the Bearcats as we see some substitutions. We'll see Victor Young come back in. He has 4 personal fouls. Also, Lamar Atkins enters the lineup, and we also see Nick Phillips return to the lineup for the Bearcats. 1:08 left to go. Here's a steal. Bowman takes it. He feeds it out. Hornbuckle chases it down. Lays it up to Majak. Majak sends it back to Bowman, and Bowman sends it back out. Here's a shot on the way. No good, and we will have a foul called down low on the rebound. Rawlings will be called for the personal. That's his fourth. So now 2 Bearcats with 4 personals each with 56.8 seconds remaining in the third quarter. And they're going to send Majak to the line where he's 1 of 2. It is bonus time as that is the 8th team foul. And a good shooting touch there. He hits the first free throw, get the bonus. Majak, who said in an interview that he still needed to work on some of his offensive games. He's showing some good touch from the free throw line. Good high arcing shot. That one's a little strong. Majak right now has 10 points, and the Royals lead is 55-32 as we are 47 seconds left in the third. Victor Young, skip pass. He'll send it over to the top and into the hands of Turkey Walker. Here is another steal. They will leave it for Hornbuckle. His shot no good. Babor, he is going to be called, I believe, for the foul as he came back to try to put it up and in, and he's going to be Babor Majak will be hit with a personal foul as they said he went over the back. And with 33 seconds left to go in the third quarter, Royals lead 55-32. Dribbling the basketball is Phillips. He will send it to Young, who's working with 4 personals. He'll get the ball back as we are under 17 seconds left to play in the third quarter. Royals have shown excellent defense throughout this game, and a little bit with the Bearcats also not being able to hang on to the basketball, and that time Majak bodies up Lamar Atkins, and he's going to be hit with his second personal foul. Royals still not in the bonus yet as they throw it into the backcourt to Young with 5 seconds remaining, 4 seconds. Young watching the clock. Now he gives it up with 1, and the Bearcats are not going to get a shot off. did not pay attention to the clock as it counted down, and the Bearcats are unable to get a basket or a shot off as the quarter expires. We played 3 quarters of basketball from Muncie Fieldhouse, Bill Harrell Court, and the Hamilton Southeastern Royals lead the Muncie Central Bearcats 55-32. This is Royals basketball on Audio Sports Online. I'm Brian Scott back at Muncie Fieldhouse at Muncie Central High School. Bill Harrell Court, legendary Muncie Fieldhouse, and the season opener for both the Hamilton Southeastern Royals and the Muncie Central Bearcats. And in the JV game, it's been all Hamilton Southeastern this contest. They lead by the score 55-32. 16 points for Nick Bowman in this contest, in this first half. And also, we have a good night so far from Bradley Beeman and Mebor Majak. He has 10 points as he will now sit down. Bearcats will have the basketball to begin this fourth and final quarter. And they will watch the Royals go into a bit of a 2-3 zone. Here's the 3 ball from the outside. Shot no good by Phillips, and here come the Royals back the other way as Chris Grubbs has the basketball. He'll make a move, drive down the right side of the lane, scoop shot, no good. Rebound ripped out of the hands. That was Brandon Miller, and we'll have a whistle and a foul. And it looks like it's going to go against Miller.
We have a live video. Awesome. Mike Rotterman, Rebounders Club. So, Ron, thank you.
Miller's call for the personal foul, and on the turnover, the ball goes back to the Bearcats with 6:33 left to go to play. 55-32 our score. As Young drives right side, stops, sends it outside. It's good defense as he was cut off from going to the hoop. The Royals now go into a man-to-man defense. They have played primarily man all game long. We saw the Bearcats briefly head into a zone in that first half, but they didn't stay in it long. Here's Young dribbling the basketball. Great defense by the Royals here. He'll drive through the lane and with the right hand. Nice little runner by Turkey Walker. He now has 10 points. And the lead is 55-34 as we are now in the fourth and final quarter of play of the JV game. It's been a good start to the season for Dave Merica's JV squad. But as we mentioned, this is a very deep Hamilton Southeastern team. Grubbs dribbles, reverses, and puts it in with the left hand. A great job by Chris Grubbs. He has 4 points. And it's 57-34. Bearcats will move it around the outside, but as I was mentioning, Southeastern, a very deep team. Here's a long 3 from the wing, shot no good. Rebounded by Southeastern as Atkins' 3 is no good. Quickly driving, Beeman, his floater no good, and now here's the break for the Bearcats. They have numbers. Good job getting back, though. Great job getting back by the Royals. Now they have the numbers, and Beeman will lay it up and in. Great job by Matt Harris to get back quickly, as it looked like the Bearcats were going to have numbers, but he got back, affected the shot. They got the rebound, and then it was the Royals on the break. Beeman got the outlet and laid it in. Here's a nice drive right side up and in by Victor Young, who now has 5 points, and a quick whistle. And a foul is going to be called against the Bearcats. Nick Phillips was with his second. 9th team foul, and we'll head to the other end where free throws are on the way. It's been a good night from the charity stripe also for Hamilton Southeastern. There in that third quarter, they were 6 of 8. And that one well short as Matt Harris just kind of watches that one. He has 5 points, and Matt, the lone Royal, not having the best of nights from the charity stripe. He is now 2 of 5. But the Royals still have a big lead, 59-36, with 4:30 left to play in this fourth quarter. Long three. This is Young. He nails it. Victor Young with his second three of the game. He has 8 points. He has been playing with 4 fouls since midway through the third quarter. 59-39, 20-point lead for the Royals. 4:12 remain. Driving, Grubbs with a right hand. Nice job as he went from his left hand to the right hand, and Grubbs gets the bucket. As quickly going the other way, Grubbs got the bucket, then he got the block. 6 points for Grubbs, add a block to that, as the Bearcats tried to get down to the other end of the court rather quickly. And Grubbs with the block. 4 minutes left to go, fourth quarter. 61-39 is our score, as the Bearcats have been at times stifled by this Royals defense, at times just unable to hand off the ball. There's Young. There's another three by Victor Young. Young now with 11 points and 8 points here in the fourth quarter. Still a 19-point advantage for Southeastern with 3:30 left to go in the fourth quarter as people file in. Here's a nice drive. Harris's drive, no good. Rebound underneath and unable to control the basketball, and it finally goes out of bounds. As trying to get it up off of the floor was Brandon Miller. It goes out of bounds, and the ball belongs to the Bearcats. Right now, Royals need to look to see where number 40 is, as Young has hit 2 big threes here. Granted, Southeastern with a 19-point advantage. Here's another three on the way, and Young is hot. 3 threes in a row, as he has 11 points in the quarter, 14 points in the game, but it's still a 61-45 Southeastern advantage with 2:53 left to go in the ball game. Here's Grubbs. 3-ball top of the key on its way. That rims out, no good. Trying to rebound it, and finally saving it was Turkey Walker. The Bearcats almost lose it. They will send it down low. Atkins, his shot with the right hand, won't drop, but a whistle down low, and a foul is going to be called against Southeastern. Chris Grubbs will be called for the personal foul. That's his third. And to the line will be Lamar Akins. This is his first free throw attempt of the night. Hits front iron and rolls off. Akins with 6 points, all of them in the first half. Chase Klein in for the Bearcats. Meanwhile, Chris Katowski comes in for the Royals. 61-45 as Atkins with another free throw. That one's no good. Grubbs gets the rebound, and he's fouled. And we're going to go to the other end of the court where the double bonus should be in effect. Lamar Akins, that was his second. But the 10th team foul against the Bearcats. And Grubbs is going to go to the free throw line where he is 2 of 2 for tonight. And that one rims out, however. He has 6 points in the ball game. But he misses the first. He will get the second as the Royals are now in the double bonus. Second free throw is good. 7 points for Grubbs. 62-45, the Royals lead. Here's Young, loses it, but they're going to call a foul against, I believe it's going to be against Chris Grubbs. That would be his fourth. Nope, they're going to call it against Matt Harris. That's his first, but it's the 8th team foul against Hamilton Southeastern. And Victor Young will go to the line where he's been shooting lights out from beyond the arc. The 1-and-1's in effect. He gets the first, and that's his first free throw of the night. He'll get the bonus. 2:25 remains in this fourth quarter. Southeastern with a 62-46 advantage. Young's second free throw, that's long, and the rebound will come into the hands of the Bearcats. They're able to chase it down, and extend the possession. And driving right side, they'll say this foul occurred on the floor, as driving right side was Jalen Brown. Bradley Beeman will be called for the personal. That's his third. And Jalen Brown is at the line with a one-on-one, and he misses the front end, and the Royals come away with the rebound. And we have a timeout on the court. 2 minutes, 13 seconds remain in this fourth quarter. All Hamilton Southeastern, as it's been since pretty much the opening tip-off. They lead the Muncie Central Bearcats by the score of 62-46. We'll be back with more basketball in just a moment. This is Royals basketball on ASO. 2 minutes, 13 seconds remain in this fourth quarter. It's all Hamilton Southeastern. I'm Brian Scott. Thanks for joining me tonight for the season opener of Royals basketball on the Audio Sports Online. JV game in its final few minutes, the varsity game to follow. And it has been all Hamilton Southeastern in this JV contest pretty much since the opening tip. They led 19-7 after one quarter, and the lead has been as much as 21 as they'll throw it into the backcourt as Bradley Beeman will chase it down. It's seen the debut of the 7'1" Mabor Majak, who has played the first and the third quarter, and he left the game with 10 points. Here's Chris Grubbs, drives the lane, gets the bucket, and draws the foul. K. Walker will be hit with his fourth personal. Grubbs at the line to see if he can convert the three-point play, which he does. So while Victor Young has been scoring points, pretty much the only source of offense for the Bearcats here in this fourth quarter, there's a three, no good, and the rebound controlled and then lost, and they'll say it was knocked out of bounds by the Bearcats out of the hands of Cole Hornbuckle. Young with three-point baskets. The same could be said for Chris Grubbs. He doesn't have the three-pointers, but he's been pretty much most of the offense for head coach Dave Merica of the JV squad here in the fourth quarter. So Hornbuckle at the line with a double bonus in effect. He is 3 for 3 from the line, but as soon as I say that, he misses the first. Grubbs will leave as he gets a couple of high fives, and into the lineup for the Royals is the sophomore Cam Harris. Hornbuckle's second free throw, that is good. He has 6 points. It's a 66-46 Royal lead with 1:45 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Driving right side, Klein sends it out. Three ball on the way from the wing. That's well short. Royals with the rebound, and it'll be poked out of bounds. They say it went off of Victor Young. He's a little incredulous about that call, but the Royals retain possession. And inbounding the ball will be Katowski, and he'll get it into the hands of Hornbuckle. He will quickly run it up. This is actually DeLynn Hooks. He will leave the shot short, but the rebound is controlled by Southeastern. Beeman with the basketball. And 1:20 left on the clock. 20-point advantage for Southeastern. Here's Hooks from the free throw line. That shot's long. Rebound's controlled by the Bearcats. They come the other way, and the shot stolen away, blocked by Hooks. He will take it. He'll leave it off. Hornbuckle will finish the break. Cole Hornbuckle with his first bucket of the fourth quarter. And we now are under a minute left to play in the fourth quarter with a 68-46 lead for Southeastern. Long three, no good. Rebounded by Southeastern's Chris Katowski, and he will bring it into the front court. And they will call a reach in on Victor Young, and that will be personal number 5 for Young. And Victor Young is going to have to depart this basketball game. He had 4 3-pointers. And he has a traditional bucket and a free throw. So on the night, 15 points for Victor Young. Meanwhile, at the charity stripe is Chris Katowski. Gets the first of the free throws to drop as the Royals once again have been in the double bonus. It's his first trip to the free throw line, his first point in the second half. That free throw is no good. And the Bearcats have the basketball with 43 seconds remaining in the basketball game. Hamilton Southeastern up 69-46. As the Bearcats weave it around up top. Trying to make a move is Jalen Brown. He'll drive right side, get the bucket. They credit him with the bucket, and he'll draw the foul. For Jalen Brown, that's his first bucket of the night. Cam Harris will be called for the personal. It puts both teams in the double bonus, so this is a three-point opportunity, and Brown converts. He has 3 points. It's 69-49, a 20-point lead with 29 seconds remaining. As Katowski, he'll leave it up top to DeLynn Hooks, and he's just going to try to dribble this one out as we are under 15 seconds. Here is Katowski, sends it up top. They'll give the ball up to Hornbuckle, and the Royals are content to just try to dribble this one out, which Katowski will send it up top, and that's the final few seconds tick off. That's the end of the JV game. Final score, Hamilton Southeastern 69 and Muncie Central 49. Give us a moment. We'll give you final stats in just a moment. This is Southeastern basketball on Audio Sports Online. Back at Muncie Central at the Muncie Fieldhouse. Final score in the JV game, Hamilton Southeastern wins 69-49. Let's give you your final totals for the ball game. Nick Bowman led all scorers with 16 points for Hamilton Southeastern, 10 points apiece from Mabor Majak and Chris Grubbs, 9 points for Bradley Beeman, 8 points for Cole Hornbuckle, 5 points from Matt Harris and DeLynn Hooks, 3 points from Cam Harris as well as Chris Katowski, and as I mentioned, 9 points from Bradley Beeman. For the Bearcats of Muncie Central, they were led by 10 points from Turkey Walker. They got they were led by 15 points from Victor Young. He scored 12 of those in the fourth quarter. 10 points from Turkey Walker, 6 points from Demarius Peags, 4 points each from Lamar Adkins, Chase Klein, and Seth Rawlings, 3 points each from Nick Phillips and Jalen Brown. So the Royals win the JV game by the score of 69-49. We will be back at approximately 20 minutes as we get the varsity game started. Tune back in, I would say, at around 7:30. We'll be ready for the varsity game. Until then, this is Brian Scott. I will see you in just a little bit.